Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited we could hang out again today, and guess what? So it is now the month of October, and October is super awesome. We've got pumpkin spice everything and jeans and boots, and the leaves are changing color and everything looks like jewel toned goodness outside. But guess what else we have coming up? We have Halloween, and with Halloween comes costumes and costume makeup. I'm going to be doing a costume makeup series, but today I actually happen to be out shopping for some more costume makeup, and I came across Wet n Wild's new line of fantasy makeup. I thought that I would go over it with you guys and we can kind of look at it together. It's called Fantasy Makers is the name of the collection. And anyway, since I came across all of these, I just happened to snatch them all up and I thought, I don't know if they're any good. Wet n Wild has really stepped up their game. Back in the day, I remember Wet n Wild as being not just cheap in price, but the products themselves were not well pigmented and they were really almost more like play makeups that you really got what you paid for with Wet n Wild. But that is so not the case anymore. Wet n Wild has really stepped up their game. In fact, I have used Urban Decay's eyeshadow primer potion for years. That has been my favorite eyeshadow primer, but Fergie's line, Fergie the singer, she had a line in Wet n Wild, and with that came an eyeshadow primer. Is awesome. It's only like $3 and it has rivaled my favorite eyeshadow primer, and mine is actually dirty because I use it literally every day. This is the Wet n Wild. It's called Take on the Day eyeshadow primer. This is by Wet n Wild, you guys. It's $3. It works awesome. Wet n Wild has really stepped up their game. They really are a player in products now, in rivaling high-end products. I really love, they have great eyeshadow palettes, and we'll get into that as far as dupes for other things later on. But right now, today, we're doing Fantasy Makers by Wet n Wild. So first, what we're going to start with, this is called Widow Queen, and it is a palette of 6 glitters. This is a glitter palette. You know, I have no idea how pigmented this stuff is or how it's going to apply. I'm totally going to use it in my costume makeup tutorial series that will be coming up, hopefully, if it is good. Let's try. Let's swatch. So these are glitters, and you can see that it actually, oh, this is going to be really, really fun. So you would put down some kind of glitter base for this to adhere to, and then you would pack this on. So we have a black, a red, a kind of an iridescent. We have a silver, a gold, and a very kind of pinkish purple color. That's going to be awesome. I cannot wait. They also have all of these. They're called Fantasy Makers. They are come in like a lipstick tube, but they're all different colors. We have this first one, which is a gray color. This is called Gunmetal, and it is a gunmetal gray. I'll swatch it here on the back of my hand. Oh man, the pigment on these is great. Literally, I barely touched this. This is so creamy, you guys, and very, very pigmented. I hope there's some jewel tone colors in here. I so hope that they are as pigmented as this gunmetal. Oh my gosh, that is gonna be amazing. So let me try and blend it here to see if, oh yeah. Oh, you guys, the possibilities of the looks that you can make with this. Okay, so far, Wet n Wild, you have got me. I'm a little impressed. This stuff is like a couple bucks, seriously. And for costume makeup that's nice and pigmented. Okay, so the next color in this jewel toned collection is called, if I can get the cap off of it, Midnight Blue. Can you see that? It's gorgeous. All right, again, we're gonna, oh yeah. And literally, you guys, I am just barely putting any pressure on. That's beautiful. That's absolutely stunning. My mind is totally whirling with all the looks that I can do with this stuff. So the next one we have is called Blood Work, and it is a blood red, more like an arterial blood. This is not a venous blood red, but let's see how it is. So it's very red. This is kind of more of a orangey red. It is a little pink, actually, I will say. So if you add a little purple or black into that, you can really bring out those super blood red tones if you wanted to make it realistically bloody. All right, next in the series we have This is called Blackout, and clearly it's the black of the collection, which now you can kind of see because that gunmetal kind of looked black, but now you can kind of see that the gunmetal really is a gray and the black really is a true black. Let's swatch that one. You know, the black I can see might take a little bit for it to be opaque. Just a little. I mean, really, these are really pigmented. And, you know, for smudging, I think that this is going to be great for doing some like really hard lines. But for smudging, I think that gunmetal is going to be the ticket. Okay, and the last in the series of these lipstick tubes here, this one is called Deep Purple. And I'll roll that up for you so we can get a good, yeah, it is a deep purple. It's kind of a blue purple, even though the tubing is kind of a pinky purple. Let's see how it swatches. That's gorgeous. Boom. That is beautiful, you guys. Oh my gosh, so many possibilities. And then, all right, next we have these two painter's palettes. And these painter's palettes is Widow Queen also, and this is Queen of the Dead. All right, let's see if I'm talented enough to actually open these. They don't seem to be flipping open super easy. Either that or it's a problem for me. Okay, there we go. All right, so we've got a green, a red, a white, and a black. So very primary colors on this one. And then on Widow Queen, we have, if you were in the middle of a makeup tutorial, you have to have these suckers open and ready to go. Okay, so we have a purple, a pink, a white, and a black again. So these are your painter's palettes. As I'm dropping them everywhere. These are your painter's palettes here, you guys, that you can work from. Let's see how they, how the pigment is. Okay, so they are pigmented. And it does not take much. I mean, these are like right away. The white is very opaque. Let's see how the black is. Oh, the black is opaque too. So these are very pigmented. You guys, I'm super impressed, actually. I was not expecting. I've had, you know, as we probably all have, buying at the, you know, the Halloween type stores or any of those that you've gotten clown makeup or that special effects makeup that they have there. And it takes a ton of layers and it's really not like pigmented. It's really waxy. That is not what this stuff feels like. I have to say, I'm really impressed. I did some high-end special effects makeup lines. And while this is not as good as they are, this far exceeds the few dollars in price. They did have several different styles of new lashes. I picked up a couple, and here, I'll just hold one of them up here. These ones are called Mysterious, and they are fabulash for Halloween. That's awesome. Anyway, these are very dramatic with the whoosh, the wing out at the end. These are going to be super fun. I hope that you guys liked this. If you want to see my costume makeup tutorials that'll be coming up for the month of October, hit the like button if you liked this video, but hit the subscribe button if you want to see more, because they'll be coming at you. I loved hanging out with you as usual, and I can't wait to see you again. Bye.